My name is Robert Vlach and I'm pre-recording this talk for Coworking Symposium on May 18th at my home coworking space, Impact Hub Ostrava, which is a great place to work for me as a freelancer. I've been freelancing since 1998. I'm a business consultant specialized in supporting freelancers, independent professionals and business owners. I wrote a book about freelancing titled The Freelance Way. It's about best business practices, tools and strategies for freelancers. And I'm a founder of the Czech freelance community Na Volné Noze that currently supports 200,000 Czech freelancers in their business. For our new project, Freelancing EU, we've been researching resources for European freelancers in individual countries. And one of the major early takeaways from this research is that there are actually huge differences between them. In some countries, we were hardly able to find a single resource, a website or perhaps a small community supporting freelancers, while in others there were dozens. So today I would like to speak about signs of an advanced freelance economy and how these can be supported by co-working spaces. Some of these characteristics are universal, some may be a bit more specific, but they often have something in common, and it is this broader picture I would like to speak about today. Also, when I mention freelancers here, I usually mean full-time independent professionals, i.e. individuals who operate on a free market, usually under their own name and with a publicly declared expertise, profession or trade. There are also many part-time freelancers in a broader gig economy, but these often freelance alongside their regular job or studies and so are less likely to work in a co-working space. So, what are the signs of an advanced freelance economy? I have already mentioned the first one, that there are many resources on freelance business available to all, like websites, online platforms, marketplaces, blogs, books, video blogs, events, conferences, organizations or associations, or freelance groups dedicated to support freelancing. What it means is that in such a freelance economy, there are actually many advanced professionals, freelancers, who actively share their business and professional know-how with others. It implies that freelancers in such an economy trust strongly each other. So there is a general atmosphere of trust, of sharing. Freelancers tend to see other freelancers not as competitors, but rather as colleagues and peers, and they also recommend each other a lot for jobs, opportunities like media interviews and others. Connected freelancers who trust each other are also much more likely to take on big projects. So they are better at project management, at managing teamwork, and it makes them also more likely to have access to more lucrative jobs and opportunities. In this regard, they are considered to be equals to established agencies or companies. Therefore, top freelancers can earn really good money, just like their company peers. So there may be a large scale of income in freelancing with beginners earning only a little, but there is this social mobility that a professional can grow their freelance business and have a solid social standing as well as good income to support their livelihood and family. Freelancing is therefore considered to be a good career option. It is not viewed in these advanced freelance economies as inferior to being a long-time employee or having a company, especially for knowledge workers. Freelancers in these advanced freelance economies are more entrepreneurial than dependent, for example, on a single client. So they strive to have a well-balanced portfolio of solid clients, possibly in different industries or areas or fields. And they are thus less likely to work isolated from home and be totally dependent on a single client as a sort of misclassified employee. Freelancers are also more likely to be location independent, so they are crossing borders, they are looking into new areas where they can expand their freelance business, they are visiting conferences, visiting groups of other freelancers, their colleagues abroad, for example. Not to mention digital nomads who see traveling as a sort of important or even vital part of their freelance business. There are also national, local and professional freelance groups dedicated to support freelancers specifically. So you may have nationwide organizations supporting freelancers, as well as small local groups, possibly centered around some local co-working center as well, or co-working place, grouping together freelancers who support each other, share their business experience, and help each other in so many ways. And last but not least, there are also laws allowing freelance business to run efficiently. So the tax burdens or administrative obligations are proportional to a small size of a freelance business. In these economies, it may be quite easy to start or discontinue the freelance business in general. With all this in mind, how to support freelancers in a co-working center. I know that co-working centers or co-working spaces are already great in supporting freelancers, and I would like to thank you all for doing so for so many years. I'm really glad that co-working industry and freelance economies are so supportive of each other. So please take the following list as mere suggestions or ideas what to improve in your support for freelancers, and that's it. First of all, advertise how you support freelancers and be specific. Also, try to organize events that are specifically meant for freelancers and advertised as such. Organizers often think that, for example, by organizing a conference for startups, it would be automatically interesting for freelancers, which is unfortunately often not the case, because freelancers, their way of doing business is quite unique, quite different, and they prefer to see other freelancers as speakers and debating specific freelancing topics and issues. Also, consider offering special prices for freelancers training courses. It may be not as profitable as renting out to companies or startups or conferences, but it may bring other freelancers into your co-working space, and some of them may be quite influential in their field. So other suggestion would be to identify freelance influencers within your network to boost its reach. Many of the people who are coming to your freelance events or networking events may have substantial reach in their profession or in their field, and they may be quite willing to help you in promoting your case, your community to others. Also, every freelancer is unique and they love individual approach. So this is only a reminder that freelance business is very individualistic in a way. So each freelancer has a different schedule, different way of work, different preferences, how to work. So it's good to have this in mind. Many freelancers are creative, and as I've said, they prefer to share their business or professional know-how. So to have a podcast room or a video room or perhaps a VR room might also be a great amenity in order to support creative freelancers or creative professionals in your community. You can also offer mentoring for beginning freelancers, but preferably also by other experienced freelancers. So it's usually better to have a senior professional mentoring beginners than having a general advisor who is mostly working with companies or startups advising freelancers. Freelancing is quite unique and distinct from other forms of business, so having a professional that is specialized is really great. Another suggestion would be to try to provide babysitting or child minding at least once or twice a week. This is great for freelancers who has this double role as freelancers, professionals and parents as well. For some of them, having the opportunity to go to work and leave their baby or kid behind for an hour or two might be a great support in their business actually. Another similar suggestion may be to offer flexible membership rates or perhaps even a pass for spouses, because with many freelancers who have kids, they may have a partner who is also a freelancer but who is primarily taking care of their children, and if this person is enabled to come to a co-working space once in a while, it may enhance your community and it may be a great help for the family as well. The same goes for flexible membership options, because some freelancers are regular, just like employees or like company owners. They work 9 to 5 every day, almost during the whole year, but others are more flexible in how they work. As I've said, they are crossing borders, they are moving from place to place. They may be 1 or 2 months at your co-working place working and then away for 6 months. And it would be great if your membership options would be inclusive for this kind of professional. Also, consider co-working passes for traveling freelancers and digital nomads. There are apps like Coworking or Crossend app that allows these travelers to switch between co-working spaces as they travel, and it is also great for enhancing your community with new contacts, new ideas, enabling your members to build their network. So it's really useful. If you often host digital nomads, consider offering some rooms too. It may not be possible in most cases, but there are co-working that do so. For example, Sněmovní 7 in Prague offers 6 beautiful flats alongside their membership rates. And it's great for people, for digital nomads who come to the city for 2 or 3 days only and can stay and work in the same place. And last but not least, don't forget a resting area for an afternoon nap. Many freelancers are actually trying to have a balanced lifestyle and having a place where they can rest, take a nap, or read for an hour or two in your co-working place is great, and it would support their business as well. I would like to thank you for watching this talk, and I'm looking forward to your questions or comments after.